This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7, and reads, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places." Shalom, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Garkadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim scattered the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to the Akim out there. And as we see, the tensions are increasing over there in the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait. As we see, the tensions between China versus Taiwan is starting to increase. As the tensions are continuing to increase now, so more than ever. And this is a news article from VOA, which is voiceofamericanews.com, from East Asia, as of September 16, 2023 at 6:20 p.m. And it reads, "Taiwan eyes new Chinese aircraft carrier as major threat." It says Taipei, Taiwan, a new Taiwanese military assessment highlights the threat posed to the self-governing island by China's third and most advanced aircraft carrier, the Fujian, which is expected to enter service after completing its sea trial sometime next year. The assessment laid out Taiwan's National Defense Report 2023 also calls for developing a decentralized command platform across military service based on lessons learned from observing Russia's war from Ukraine. The report released this week says the Chinese design Fujian incorporates major technological advance over the People's Liberation Army's navies and two existing carriers, both based on a Russian design. Most significantly, aircraft taking off from the ship will be boosted into flight with the three electromagnetic capsule device, which are more effective than the screen capsules device used on the other carriers to data. Electromagnetic capsules are used only by the United States on its most advanced Gerald R. Ford classic carriers. It says the added power of the capsules allows for heavy aircraft and shorter runways, which combined with other design improvements will allow the Fujian to carry as many as 40 jet fighters. According to Taiwan's report, China's two previous carriers can handle 18 and 32 fighters, respectively. This is a major maritime threat that we most actively deal with in the future, said Major General Hong Wang-che, the assistant deputy chief with the General Staff for Intelligence of Taiwan's defense minister, is releasing the report this week. The report says Fujian will enhance China's ability to see off the Taiwan Strait, potentially delaying or preventing the U.S. military from entering the threat to help defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese attack. It says while Taiwan's military sees the vessel as a major threat, independent analyst points out that much of a technology is new to China and so far untested. Even the U.S. Navy encountered many surprises when it began to electromagnetic capsules, said Kitsu Leo Lao, meant to say Slovakia. It says the assistant director of the Global China Hub and the Atlantic Council. It says the problem that the U.S. military often encounters is that the capsule is too accelerated. Laos told Voice of America every time it is ejected, it will cause a lot of structural stress on the aircraft, which may damage the aircraft very quickly. The U.S. military had its own way of solving this problem, and I am not sure whether the PLA has a way to solve it. It's Matthew 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Right nation shall rise against nation. One nation army rising up against another nation army. Which we're seeing the China versus Taiwan as tensions continue to see increase. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And this is Matthew 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying of this recent news article from voiceofamericanews.com, published by Chang Shi-Wei from East Asia, voanews.com, as of September 16, 2023 at 6:20 p.m. And it reads again, Taiwan eyes new Chinese aircraft carrier as major threat. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying. I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Akakadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered to the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.